Day 9, still in Australind, making the most of a house. I'm staying in Australind with a lady named Sharon. I've known Sharon for many years. I grew up with her son, riding push bikes, doing all the things you shouldn't, and we were really good friends. He suffered with depression, and after a hanging attempt and a few other things, he's no longer with us. Sharon would like to say a few things about what it's like to lose a son, and maybe help start this national discussion on mental health and post-traumatic stress disorder.
I'm so very proud to say that I know Royce and have been able to help him out on his journey with Trigger. I have known Royce since he was in high school with my son James. While Royce was away in Afghanistan, James was diagnosed with depression. To the outside world, it seemed like he had it all, and only those closest to James will ever know of what torment he was struggling with. He was to everyone the only guy who was always there to lend a hand, and the one always with the cheeky grin. I remember James telling me that when the word got around he was on medication and not going out because he didn't want to go and get caught up in the cycle of drinking and the way it made him feel. And those were actually James's words. People didn't want to know him. He felt like he had no support from his mates. Hell, they're guys, they don't show their feelings or cry or open up. So at the age of just 21, another young, vibrant life gone forever. It was as if he had something that they were going to catch. If you are physically disabled, people have the advantage of the sensory perception of sight, that yes, that person has a disadvantage, and will try to help them. If you are mentally disabled, who is to know that you are? It is not a physical disadvantage that people can see. This is what needs to change society's reaction. You can't just catch PTSD. People with PTSD need someone to just be there, talk to, listen to. Most of all, for people who don't have PTSD, to learn how to help and to show compassion, empathy, and caring for another human being. People with PTSD need to be re-nurtured, and with all our help it can be done. So many circumstances can lead to PTSD. It doesn't discriminate with age, gender, employment, the poor or the rich. The loss of my son, I have lost friends simply because they just didn't know what to say or how to say it, or it was just too bloody awkward for them. Once again, the person who is suffering the most is the one who ultimately pays the price. Only this time, it is me. I live every day with the guilt. What if only, why? And people seem to think that just because it is now a magical 6 years, that I'm over it. What the hell does that mean? I have to live the rest of my life without my only child, my son, and learn to live with my PTSD forever. I say that because I knew I would not have got to where I am today without doing the most important thing in the world, and that is to talk, be open.
Being at the point of giving up myself, I never thought of the repercussions or the pain and suffering you'd leave behind, and I think in those moments we don't.